take the price tag off, dang it, to restart this whole thing. Hey guys, welcome to my video. Today we're going to take a quick look at the Marvel Legends series, 80 Years of Marvel X-Men 2-pack with Colossus and Juggernaught. So this is not a new set. This has been out since 2018, I believe, maybe 2019. I've been wanting this for years and I finally got it at a convention. If you want to see that video, it's on my channel. Let's take a look at this box. So first up, I really like this box. It's got nice designs on it. I love the 80 years. And on the sides, on Juggernaut's side, it shows pictures of Juggernaut. And on Colossus's side, it shows pictures of Colossus from the actual comic book. That's really cool. And on the top, it says Marvel with this really nice glossy font. And on the back of the box, we get a picture of the actual comic this is based on. And we have bios of both Colossus and Juggernaut. Let's take these figures out of the box and look at both of them. I'm not used to saying look at both figures. So here's the figures out of the box and here's everything that they come with. For Kane, also known as Juggernaut, he comes with these giant hands. I'm pretty sure these are reuse of Hulk hands. I actually really like how big these hands are. Yeah, look at them compared to Peter's hands. They're massive. You could probably fit Peter's hand inside of one of Kane's hands. These are awesome. And yeah, Peter does come with extra fist hands. And for Kane, we get this alternate head of his bruised face. I rarely ever see battle damaged heads like this in Marvel Legends, so it's really awesome to see them incorporate a battle damaged head. And speaking of battle damaged, they also included this amazing accessory, which has become one of my favorite alternate accessories for any Marvel Legends. It is a cracked helmet. It's got amazing sculpting on it. I actually wish that the regular helmet had the same kind of dings that this one had. Because I know that it's smooth in the comics, but I kind of like when it's a little banged up slightly. And you can actually fit his head in his helmet, and that looks pretty awesome. I can't wait to see what this looks like on the figure. Sadly, no alternate head for Peter. I would really like to have one, like a grimace or something. That's what I would really like. Actually, I think it would be cooler if he came with a roaring expression so I could recreate when he uses his superpower in the actual X-Men arcade. So, let's take a look at these figures. So, Colossus stands, I think, 7 inches. Let me get Spider-Man for reference. Actually, no, I'll get Cyclops. Let's stand him up all the way. Cyclops is, I think, 6'5" in the comics. Standing him next to Cyclops, Cyclops is super tiny. So yeah, he is definitely over 7 feet tall, which is really nice. I do not want to have a Colossus figure that is smaller than that tall, because he was that tall in the comics and that's how I want to have him. Really, really nice figure just looking at him. He is super comic book accurate. I really like the silver on him. Thankfully, the silver is made in a way where I do not see any marbleizing as of now. It's a unmarbleized plastic, which is really, really nice. And the head sculpt is nice. I kind of wish that the hair was a slight blue, but I do like the black. So he's got his iconic look. He's got a belt which does rotate around, so you can have it tilted to the side or have it perfectly centered. The figure does have really good articulation. It's a little stiff in some ways, but you're gonna expect that with most Marvel Legends. And one cool thing is that this is part of the kneecap. So when he bends his leg, that actually bends with his leg, like how it does in the comics. That is awesome. I don't care that it's not a pinless body. This is from 2018. They haven't invented pinless bodies to my knowledge around that time, or at least not on this scale. I'm stunned of how nice this figure is. This is truly one of Marvel Legends' best when it comes to sculpting, because it's got all those lines on the chest from the fabric being pushed out. Really nice paintwork. I don't really see any real paint mess ups other than very subtle chipping right there, and maybe not perfect yellow line work. But other than that, this is a really, really cool figure. I'm speechless because most of my Marvel Legends, they're good, but I always find something to nitpick about them. With this Colossus, not really. One thing that I will mention is that in the comics, he had a slight blue undertone, and I kind of wished he had a little bit of shading, because this Ultron figure, you see that very subtle blue shading throughout the figure? That's what I would like this figure to have in the shadowing of it. I don't want it to be completely blue like this War Machine. This War Machine is a little too blue. A good way to have it would be still have it silver but have slight highlights of blue. I hope they release a Colossus figure where he's not metallic, but I think if they do that, they should put in a 2-pack with Kitty Pryde in her classic X-Men look. There he is with his fist hands. The posability that is on this figure is the right amount in my opinion. So I think this is a solid figure. So let's look at Juggernaut. So Juggernaut, he absolutely towers over Colossus, which is really nice. I like how Colossus is still tall, but Juggernaut still towers over him. So let me look to see how tall he is compared to Cyclops. Holy crap, he's so big. The one problem with these giant figures is that there's no articulation on the shoulders. And even the newer ones, with the Hulk, all they added was a little bit of a butterfly joint where you could raise the arms backwards, but that's about it. They haven't really updated the torso much. So the head is kind of wobbly. The helmet is completely clean. I kind of wish it maybe had a ding or two on it. You can pop off the head. It's got this really nice metallic-ish eyes. So yeah, there is an entire head sculpt underneath this. I will not be taking this helmet off to see what this head sculpt looks like because of how hard to find this figure is, and there's no way I'm gonna buy a second one of these. So let's try on the other head. That's what his other head looks like. Just how big this body is, it looks kind of goofy. And also, they didn't add any paint around the neck, but that's fine. The articulation, you can only really raise his head a little bit. So let me put on the helmet, which just pops on. Whoa. Yeah, it's about to proportion, I'm pretty sure. I like the smooth helmet, but I actually think that having the dings and scratches on it, I actually think I prefer. The unstoppable Juggernaut got his helmet cracked. I don't know, does that actually happen in the comic? For some reason, growing up, I thought that his helmet was a source of power. So when his helmet gets knocked off, he loses all that power. But I might be wrong. I need to do more research. I know that in the cartoon, you would need the Sidorak crystal. Actually, that would be a fun accessory for this pack, is the Sidorak crystal, even though there would be no purpose for it. His joints are definitely not the most posable, so you cannot get him in as many dynamic poses as you probably would have liked. And his joints are really stiff. Let me see what his alternate hands look like real quick. So for his alternate hands, he comes with these two, like one's kind of a gripping hand, the other is like an open palm hand. And I'm glad that they removed the nipples off of the Hulk body, but you could still see his belly button clearly, which is a little weird. They probably should have removed that too. This is actually a reused body of the Build-A-Figure wave. Online, I was tempted to buy it because I think it was like $40 or more, but I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up now unless I see a really good deal, because I already own the one that I wanted the most. It does have those old joints where it sticks out like that. Hopefully sometime they can engineer something like what they did with the Wolverine onto the Hulk body. They probably will never do that because honestly they haven't really engineered anything new with Hulk. Just looking at this 2-pack, this is a really solid 2-pack. They have re-released it for a while on Big Bad Toy Store. That's not where I got it. I got it at a convention. If you are wanting to get that, like, check Big Bad Toy Store. But if you're willing to pay like $100 for it, you can go on Amazon. So let's see what these figures look like next to some of my other X-Men figures in my collection. Here is Colossus and Juggernaught next to the X-Men 97 Wolverine. I cannot wait for the Secret Wars one to come out, and I will definitely do a video once I get that figure. And here's Colossus and Juggernaut next to the X-Factor Cyclops. I hope to get the original sometime, or even the 90s one, but as of now, this is the one that I have. And here is Colossus and Juggernaut next to the X-Men 97 Nightcrawler. I don't have the original, but honestly, this one is a pretty good substitute. And here's them next to the Astonishing X-Men Wolverine figure. Which honestly, these figures, even though being based on the classic ones, still work extremely well for this Wolverine. Also, Colossus has the same belt as Wolverine, just in different colors. And here's the two figures next to the retro-carded Iceman, which is honestly a pretty nice figure. I just wish it was more blue. It'd probably still explode if I put it in the freezer. And here's the two figures next to the X-Men 97 Magneto, which might be the best Magneto that they released, but looking at him next to these figures, he looks like a wimp. And for relative scale, here they are next to the 80 Years Iron Man and the retro-carded symbiote Spider-Man. It would be nice to see a Juggernaut figure with this metallic red design. And I just remembered I had this. Here they are next to the classic Toy Biz Juggernaut. This is not the original, this is the light up one. I forgot the exact name of it. So more overall thoughts on the figures. This is such a good 2-pack. And honestly, these figures have already become some of my favorite Marvel Legends I have ever owned. I think I'm going to give Colossus a 9.5. Juggernaut, on the other hand, suffering from older articulation, I will probably give this figure 8.5. So, rounding that up, I give this entire 2-pack a 9. So, thank you all for watching. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.